Talk to me about Shaq.
The big fella. The big fella.
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
Well, I actually really enjoy his podcast, because he does speak his mind and he's got an unfiltered opinion. And then this week he had another opinion that kind of went a little bit viral. And he mentioned that players in the NBA do not fear LeBron James like they feared Kobe and Michael Jordan. Let's have a listen to what he said.
So I've heard players say, including myself, I feared Mike. I've heard players in your generation say they feared Kobe. I've never really heard any players say they fear LeBron.
And I got killed for that.
Why is that? You're not going to get killed here. I'm just
saying, when I first said that, people killed me for that.
No, I'm with you.
I didn't think players really feared LeBron like they did Jordan.
I never heard anybody say it.
And it's not that you shouldn't fear Bron. I just think at the end of the day, Bron has been through so much that he wanted to be liked.
What did you make of that?
Well, here's my opinion. If I walk into a park and you fear me, I walk into an arena and you fear me, I've already defeated you. I can do whatever I want to do. And it's just going to happen because you're shook. Right? Okay, that's Mike, that's Kobe, that's the aura that they brought. Cool, rightfully so. But if I walk into a park or arena and you don't fear me and I'm still killing you, that's harder to actually do. Because you don't fear me, how am I still getting off? You get me? It's like a bully. If I'm scared of the bully, of course he's going to beat my ass. I'm scared of him. But if I'm not scared of you and I'm trying to go at you and stop you and you still getting off, you're that much better. Like it's that harder to stop you. It's that harder to guard you. You're that good. So that just makes LeBron that much better to me because cats ain't fearing him and he's still killing y'all.
That's actually a great take, an interesting take that I hadn't really thought of before. I'm going to say this. I think a couple of things can be true here, all right? I think LeBron is feared, all right? You can ask the players on the Indiana Pacers, the Boston Celtics, the Toronto Raptors, teams that he was demolishing year in and year out in the Eastern Conference. The man made 9 straight finals appearances, right? So I think there's a lot of teams and a lot of players in the East that feared him to some extent. Then again, because they use the comparison of MJ and Kobe, right? I think those two are the exception to the rule because of just that intensity and, that killer instinct that they played with. And I'm not saying LeBron doesn't have a killer instinct, right? But I think those two are just above and beyond everybody else. I don't think, MJ had players talk shit to him as well. Gary Payton was one, for example, right? But we're talking about an all-star, all-NBA level type guy. I don't think a player the caliber of Dylan Brooks would have been talking shit to MJ with the same ease, I guess, that he has been talking to LeBron James. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, Dylan Brooks was talking shit to LeBron, last season, the year before. I don't think a player of that caliber would have stepped to MJ in the same way. But I do think that, especially after making 9 finals in a row and destroying teams and players, I do think LeBron, was feared in the Eastern Conference.
In the Eastern Conference, not in the West?
I'm just using the East because they're the teams that he would play more often.
Okay.
I don't think, I'm going to use the Warriors because they played, 4 years in a row in the finals. I think at least a couple of those years, the Warriors would have been scared of LeBron. I mean, the guy brought him back from 3-1 down one year. That's got to play on your mind. The next time you play him, you got to be thinking about this guy. So, again, I'm using the Eastern Conference because they're the teams that he played more often. But he was definitely feared by players in the NBA, I believe.
All right.